Welcome back to the season opener. Freddie Max as the defending champion could win his first win of the season. Here we go. First win of the season, first 99 lap race of the season. And it's lights out and away we go here in United States. Freddie Max takes ninth, tries to take ninth place. Freddie Max then takes eighth. Freddie Max is trying to get the first place. After last season, he lost here in 14th. Throughout the last stages of the season. Max is closing in, unlike his last car, which acted up. And Freddie Max passed the Lexus car. Until Freddie Max gets to the third lap. It's 99 lap, and inside the fourth lap, Freddie Max tries to close in. Freddie Max has designed in order to get to that pole position. Now we enter the fifth lap of play. But Max is slowly closing in, but Freddie Max probably should take a pit stop break. Since there's only like 9 laps to go. Since there's only like 93 laps to go. Freddie Max is once again. Oh my god, Freddie Max just closed it! Freddie Max gets to 6. Freddie Max is doing much well to start off during the season opener. It's a back and forth battle. It's once again a back and forth battle for first place. And Freddie Max gets at the third. Freddie Max closing in on second. And now Freddie Max takes pole position. And Freddie Max is doing much well than probably last year's race. Because last year he got to 14th as a continuing placement. Now Freddie Max is trying to complete this race without further interruption. This could last a very long time as Freddie Max just made a huge comeback, and Freddie Max is officially just far away from those other racers. Freddie Max has dominant perfection for this race. And then Freddie Max completes his first race and will be completing his first race here in Northern Isle as we enter the 12th lap of play. Once again, Freddie Max is doing some dominant perfection here in the season opener. This is sponsored by PlayStation. Play has no limits. As we are about to enter the 14th lap of play, Freddie Max is officially lapping everyone else and is now lapping everyone for the first time. For the very first time, Freddie Max is finally lapping everyone. Now we're entering the 15th lap of play. With only just 84 laps to go, the stakes are seriously still high. Freddie Max can either make a pit stop or he could either make a technique and do a pit stop at the 50th lap. the weather is doing well, but is doing so well here, but there might be confusion and delay about what's to come. If it could either rain during the race, or it could storm throughout the entire race. It could even clear throughout the entire afternoon. Here's our current pole standings as we enter the 20th lap. Infinity Max doing dominant perfection in pole position. Dennis is also doing dominant perfection in second. Mozov is in third. Witt is in fourth. Morel is in fifth. Longley is in sixth. Quester is in seventh. And McAuliffe is in eighth. So much for a dominant top eight. And now we got a new graphic for this race. It's session beat, where we can show how much sections he beat throughout the entire couple laps. Especially when it comes to racing like Infinity Max, it shows it right there. How much laps he beat in. As we're about to enter the 22nd lap. Infinity Max is closing in farther than expected. When I mean farther than expected, I mean very far. As Infinity Max takes full control of this race as this race progresses. Dennis is slowly closing in on Infinity Max as we enter the midway point of this race. Remember, anything can happen here in this long ass race. He's doing fast speed time, but remember, anything can still happen for this Mazda Spirit Racing team. As Infinity Max, as the defending champion, could win the first race. It could probably make this a chance to make this his perfect season. Remember, a perfect season is without no losses. No crashes yet, but Infinity Max doing some dominant perfection here in this 99 lap race as we enter the 26th lap. Infinity Max being dominant as ever. Now enters the 27th lap without anyone, and I mean anyone, trying to stop him. As we are slowly closing into the midway point of this race, anything can happen as we enter the full-on 28th lap. Dennis is slowly closing in on Infinity Max. Oh, this race just keeps going on and on. Remember, anything can happen. Juliet sets the fastest time record, despite being a low pole position as we officially get into the 30th lap. Infinity Max is slowly behind the 8th place Lexus car, which is McCullough. Passed by the McLaren car. As we're about to enter the 31st lap of this long ass 99 lap race. It could have been the nighttime, but someone decided it would be a good idea to make it like this. Probably it could be a doubleheader next round, but we don't know yet. Because if Infinity Max win his second race here, well, we might have to see it later in the season, because the next race here will be in the 5th round of this championship season. It's a back and forth battle between. Oh my God! Infinity Max just crashed the 8th placement spot as Mita, a person from the Japanese, takes 8th place. Remember, anything can happen here in this 30th here in this 99 lap race as we are about to, as Dennis closes in on Infinity Max as we are about to enter the 36th lap here in this race. Infinity Max could do it. Remember, he won the championship last year, so his dominance he has hired up with the Mazda Spirit racing car with the powers just raising up, probably just because it's either his tires or his engine being well. Infinity Max could need some new tires, but Infinity Max is doing well and swell. We could probably need a bit of a pit stop as we start closing in on the midway point of this race, entering the 38th lap. Infinity Max finds Langley. Infinity Max is going 113 miles here in this race. It's once again still a fight here as McLaren, 19th place, crosses paints with the defending champ. His challenge is right behind them. The 40th lap just arrived and we're about to end the 40th lap. Max is once again doing dominant perfection. Entering in this 41st lap. There goes the 41st lap as we enter the 42nd. Remember, usually our home openers will be in some other location, but the company decided to let us do the home openers here in the United States. It's like a welcome back for all of our defending champs. So yeah, we're about to enter the 43rd lap here in this home opener. As they already raised the banner for the defending champ, which is none other than Infinity Max. Infinity Max could seal the deal here, to win his first race of the season. Nobody knows, anything can happen. Now we enter the 46th lap of this race. Remember, anything could happen. We already know though. Closing in an 18th. Finds Infinity Max as they pass by with the back and forth position between the other Mazda cars and the other good boys. Infinity Max decided why the hell not and decided to go for a pit stop here. Because yeah, there's only like a couple laps to go, so why not? What the fuck? So we are now entering the midway. We just exited the midway point as we only got 50 laps to go, and Infinity Max is just closing in with his best time of the afternoon. Now we only got 49 laps to go, and Infinity Max decides to head a pit stop so he could fix his tires. There goes Infinity Max entering the pit stop. And once again, it will be hard. Hold on. Let's go to tire. It'll be hard. There we go. There goes Infinity Max entering the pits. Fixing his wheels. And now away he goes! After that long pit stop, Infinity Max is back in business. Now entering the 52nd lap of this race, and Dennis retakes the lead. But Infinity Max is closing in on Dennis. It's closing on the German car. There goes. Infinity Max is closing in. He's right behind him. Infinity Max retakes the lead. Behind the Suzuki's car and into the 54th lap of this race. Remember, anything can still happen. As we only got 45 laps to go here in this home opener. And we're just entering the 15-minute mark of this race. After taking a quick pit stop and fixing his wheels, the stakes are seriously high. Infinity Max is still dominant in this race after taking a pit stop, and it's once again smooth sailing and dominant perfection. Infinity Max probably needs to take a quick pit stop for his controller once again. You know, probably because of his controller. It'll be hard times. Infinity Max has entered pole. Not really. Infinity Max is now full on gas. Infinity Max heads to pole position as Infinity Max wants to call a timeout. Infinity Max takes 5th. With dominant perfection, Morel, Witt, Moisoff, Dennis takes 5th, takes 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, but Infinity Max could close in. And just like what I said, Infinity Max does close in as he enters bypass Morel. Now bypassing Witt. Now Moisoff. And he's slowly closing in. Well, not really, because Dennis is only 12 laps. Well, right there, despite. Infinity Max could make a comeback as we enter the 60th lap. Remember, anything can still happen. Infinity Max could either take 2nd or 1st. The world may just never know. They have to decide what place he wants to take. As we're closing in on the ending point of this race. This is just getting started for this season, as Dennis is our current leader for this race. Infinity Max is slowly closing in on Dennis. Anything can still happen. Infinity Max is right there. Infinity Max is very fast closing in. What a comeback by Infinity Max as he enters the. What a play by Infinity Max after taking quick pit stops. Infinity Max takes pole position as Infinity Max. As Dennis takes 3rd place, while Moisoff takes 2nd. There's a yellow flag. There's no passing because of Morel now taking 7th because of Dennis now taking 7th because of now Dennis takes 7th as we enter a yellow flag. Now we're entering back into the fray as Moisoff, Witt, Morel takes top 5. And Cuester takes top 5 position. Dennis was our last fastest lap, but he got crashing because of Infinity Max's dominant move, which caused Infinity Max to have a penalty. With only 33 laps to go, the stakes are still high. You could do some other shit with only 32 laps to go. We gotta be careful because his controller's about to die. Now entering the midway, the halfway point. Now escaping the half point of this race comes Infinity Max entering the midway, entering the home stretch of this race as we only have 30 laps to go, and the sun is slowly setting here in the United States. It is now green lap as Dennis takes. Infinity Max could either make a crash or bypass him. That was a failed crash! As Mita passes by Infinity Max. The VW Beetle is doing some hard performance. Well, not really. Well, that's a hard pause, though. He's closing in on the Beetle as we enter the 74th lap of this race. Now entering 21 minutes into the fray. Dennis passes by as Dennis tries to make a comeback. While Dennis tries to speed it up, while Infinity Max is so close from crashing the Beetle, aka revenge for what he did. Infinity Max does touch taps. What a crash by Infinity Max as Infinity Max bypasses the other guys and crashes by the Beetle. The Beetle gets passed by as Infinity Max is so close from passing the Genesis X. We are now entering the ending point of this race as we're only just 23 laps to go until we see a winner. Moisov is slowly closing in while Infinity Max is trying to keep his dominance up to win this first race. It is slowly getting sunset here in Northern Isle. Setting for his best lap here in the 77th lap. Current pole positions as we enter the 79th lap is KG9 TV14, Moisov, Witt, Morel, Cloister, Dennis, Mita, and Valenzuela. Those are our top 8 as we enter the 80th lap. The Amy curse is all over, and Infinity Max is on his way for his desire to win back-to-back this season. Now entering the 81st lap. With only just 18 laps to go, the stakes are still high. Now Infinity Max is having thoughts that's what caused the crush. But that's highly unprecedented. Passes by the 84 car. Infinity Max only has 16 laps to go until he's crowned the winner of the Northern Isle Speedway Grand Prix. The first ever 99-lap race as we enter the 83rd lap. Now entering the final stretch, the final 15 laps of this race. And remember, Infinity Max can either pit stop or keep going, as his gas is still as his gas is trying to keep up with him as we enter that as we only got 14 laps to go until we crown a winner. Infinity Max is closing in as we enter the final stretches of this race. Infinity Max still has desires to win this race. Moisov is trying to stop him as he stays stuck in 10th place, as he stays stuck in 2nd place. Infinity Max only has 12 laps to go. Infinity Max is slowly closing in on the final stretch. He only got 11 laps to go until we crown a winner. Infinity Max closes in as Dennis stays in 6th. Morel stays in 5th. Twister stays in 4th. Witt stays in 3rd. Moisov stays in 2nd, while Infinity Max stays in 1st as we just enter the 89th lap of this race, and it just turned sunset here in this race. Infinity Max could do it here as we enter the wee hours of the day. What I mean by the wee hours, I mean by the early hours of the day. Now we only got 8 laps to go here as we enter the 91st lap. The rumble on here is insane. Remember the DualSense controller is the main reason why Infinity Max is dominant here. As we enter the 92nd lap, as we only got 7 laps to go here. Now there's only 6 laps to go as we enter the 93rd lap. Once again, Infinity Max closing in. But we just never know who will win. What the fuck? Someone could win. Someone could win. Now we're entering the final 5 laps of this race. As sunsets arrive here in the United States. Our next location will be somewhere in Britain for the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. To start opening day. Infinity Max only has 3 laps to go until he's crowned winner of the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. As it already turned to dust time, the stakes are seriously high as Infinity Max is now only 2 laps to go as we enter the 97th lap. Once again, closing sooner than expected. Now we're entering the 98th lap. The stakes are high for Infinity Max, as now only Infinity Max could either turn and make sure he wins tonight's race. Well, he just wants to make the burnout happen as he enters the final lap of this race. Infinity Max is very far away from Moisov. Infinity Max makes a crash on the 20th place car, giving a good luck on the next race, as Infinity Max did it. After winning the defending champion, he now makes a comeback here in the United States. Infinity Max did it. He wins his first race as defending champion. "99 laps comes down to the final stretch of this race, and Infinity Max takes gold in the first race of the season. Infinity Max and his team are all celebrating. Here is our final standings for this for the race, as Infinity Max takes first. Moisov takes second. Witt takes third. Quester takes fourth. Fifth comes Dennis after his fifth is Dennis after his fastest lap in the 96 lap. He still places fifth. Sixth comes Morel. Seventh comes Mita. Eighth comes Venezuela. Ninth comes McCullough. 10th comes Lang. 11th goes Anyala. And 12th goes Van Hollen. That is our final standings for the Northern Iowa Speedway Grand Prix. As the Finimax takes gold. Here's our look at our replay as we end the race. Have a wonderful evening.